again. I was thinking, why did I get to have a day that the majority of the world's population despises? I mean, there's not that many nice words said about Monday. That's why I'm here to make your Mondays even more miserable. Last week nobody made a video except Jiman, so for that she deserves an award and she's gonna get it. She's gonna get one. So this week we're talking about something that people talk about quite often. Movies. Who doesn't like movies? I don't know one person who doesn't. There are people who don't like Slovenian movies. That's what we're going to talk about today. I personally am not the biggest fan of Slovenian movies. Yes, we do have movies in Slovenia. Many people ask me, do we have electricity in Slovenia? And the answer is yes. Quite hard to believe, I know, but yes, we do have electricity, and that's why we are able to produce movies and then watch them as well. So yes, we do have movies. We actually have quite a long film history. But we're not going to talk about old movies that the majority of Slovenians are supposed to watch. I'm going to talk about new movies here in Slovenia that I personally am not a big fan of. Why don't I like Slovenian movies? Because first of all, I don't like the language, because in my opinion Slovenian sounds quite fake and artificial in our movies. And besides, there's a very common style in the majority of the movies. They all include nudity, sexuality and cursing. They tend to be very dark and deep and depressed, so that's why I'm not a big fan of Slovenian movies. They are usually all very similar to each other. Today I'm going to present two movies that I recently, when I say recently I mean in the past year, watched and that I kind of liked. And then I'm going to tell you about two movies that the general public of Slovenia would think are good and would suggest them to people who don't live in our country. So the first one that I watched with my school, actually in the cinema, it's called Izlet, or The Trip, and it's in my opinion it's kind of a hipsterish movie. I don't know what would you consider to be hipster, but that movie kind of summarized the hipsterness. Because of the colors and the picture and the angles the movie is shot from. It's about two boys and a girl who go on a road trip to the Slovenian coast, and then things happen between them, the mysteries get unsolved and blah blah blah. It's kind of alright. I would suggest you to watch it if it's translated into English, but I'm not sure. So that's one. It of course includes all of the three components that I listed before: nudity, sexuality and cursing, of course. Then the other one is not actually a Slovenian movie, it's a Polish movie, but it was directed by a Slovenian film director, and it is kind of Hollywoodish, it has the style of Love Actually, New Year's Eve, Valentine's Day, if you know what I'm talking about. You might not like it just because of that, because it's so common. From my perspective, it is something very different for Slovenia, and that's what I like it. And it's a nice story. It goes on Christmas Eve, and it's called Listi do M in original. I don't know if I pronounce it correctly, or Letters to Saint Nicholas. So that's the other one. People usually, when you say Slovenian movies and the kind of new Slovenian movies, people will usually think of the movie called Petelini Zajtrk. I googled a little bit about that. It's called a Rooster Breakfast for Roosters, or Roosters Breakfast, or something like that. It's got all the components that I said before. I don't know what it is really about. It's about somebody losing a job and then getting it again and living on a countryside or something and getting in love and stuff. So that's one movie. And the other one that people would also usually recommend, it's called Slovenka, or a Slovenian girl, and it's about a prostitute. See? And right, I don't know what is going on in that movie. I haven't watched it. But people usually, like, I've talked to some people that are not Slovenian and they watch the movie, so I suppose it's kind of known outside Slovenia as well, so maybe you could watch that. Yeah, that is all about Slovenian movies. Now I will leave you and shake my way out of this frame. Bye!